Nupur, we just want an introduction from you. Tell us about yourself. This phone silent. Phone silent. Another phone.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Nupur Shikhre. I'm a fitness trainer by profession and a runner and a triathlete by passion. I'm born and brought up in Pune. I lived in Pune for 19 years of my life, and Pune is big on two-wheelers. So I think fourth or fifth grade, we all started going to school on our cycles. I used to enjoy cycling, and I used to make sure that I get a little late and I miss my school bus, and I end up going to school all the way. Also, while growing up in vacations or even normal way of commute was always on the cycles we had. So yeah, cycling has always been a big part of. Another friend of mine, he came up to me and he said, "Bro, let's do a cycling trek. We'll do Manali to Shimla cycling trek." Again, at this point of time, I didn't have my bike again because I gave it away to someone. Went to a bike shop to check out a mountain bike because we wanted a mountain bike for this trek. And I heard the prices and I got the shock of my life because my last memory of 3,500 it had become now 35,000 for a bike. And I was like, okay. So I decided to drop the idea of that trek. Uh, However, a year later, I got another mountain bike and I decided to do a trek. But then this friend comes to me and he says, "Bro, Ironman kare kya?" I was like, "I don't know what that is, but the name sounds cool." So we signed up for an Ironman. Then I really liked the idea of swimming, cycling, and running. I was into running and I was doing marathons anyway, and cycling, like I said, has always been a big part. Only to realize that you can't really ride a mountain bike in the race, but we did sign up, and for that race I thought I will get another road bike. Only when I realized that road bike are even more expensive than what I had, so I decided to go and do the race anyway. So I rented a bike and I did my first race on a rented bike. uh, Next year I signed up for another half Ironman, and I did that as well. And when I decided to do my first full, that's when I got a bit more serious about getting investing into a good bike. And I think that was the when I did my races, that fascination of just riding a cycle and enjoying it kind of shifted, and it became a bit more serious. And that's how I would say cycling came back to me again. When it comes to swimming and running, you're pretty much on your own and you rely on yourself. Technically, there are very few things that can go wrong, but cycling is a big chunk of any of the triathlon. It's the biggest. You spend a lot of time on bike in a race, so you really need to be comfortable with your equipment because that's the only thing other than you that you need to rely on. So I think that plays a big part. You need to know your bike. You need to know your bike like you know your body. Uh, and I had my first ever race. I had two flats in the race, so uh, that was a big eye opener. That you need to learn about the equipment that you use. You need to be very comfortable. You need to it should be fitting your needs and requirements. My idea of fitness has always been take some time out for yourself and do whatever you need to do. So you can go for a bike ride, you can go for your runs, you can do put in a workout or any discipline that you like. With time, I realized that it's taking care of a big chunk of my training. It's really not the focused training that you do, but you do end up spending a lot of time on the saddle, and that at the end of the day counts. That's for the race or that's for an event if you've taken it up. But cycling in general, I just feel it's a great endurance sport. It's a great way of keeping your cardiovascular endurance in check. And it's again, like when we think of cardio, we only think of a treadmill or an elliptical or go out for a run. But I think cycling around is a great way to keep yourself fit. So Scott, as I got to know more about triathlons and I started watching a lot of videos. That's how you start your triathlon journey, right? You go on YouTube and watch that first video. Uh, I started doing more research. One of the names that used to always come to my mind, and one of my favorite athletes, and I'm not saying this because I'm wearing Scott. In fact, I'm wearing Scott, and I started using Scott because of him. Is Sebastian Kienle. I just feel that he's one of the he's been a world champ, but even today I feel he's one of the most underrated athletes, and I'm a huge fan of Sebastian Kienle. In fact, there's so many occasions when we go cycling with our friends, when we are just doing a time pass ride, when we are passing each other. I have this habit of going for a pass, and while passing, I just scream saying, "And Sebastian Kienle makes a pass," and I just cross. So having an association with Scott is really big for me, and it's like your hero using the same brand, and now you get an opportunity to represent the same brand is very exciting. I don't think I can express it in words.